And we can press on then with our candidates for selection in the Mason ward. Those standing in the Mason ward includes, as I said, Jesse Jacobs and Steve Plum. They also include Frank Lanza, Asa Bartley, who's an apology this evening, Graham Barry, who's an apology this evening, David Budwell, Kurt Kozerski. Is Kurt here? Yes, thank you. Good. Ishara Halki Lawala. Not here. Okay, an apology from there. Tom Ng and Stephen Boylan. So I'll invite Frank Lanza to the podium first. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frank Lanza. I live on Albany Highway in St James. I've lived and been part of my ward for 17 years. I've seen it at its best and I've seen it at its worst. I'm passionate about the people that live there. They are my friends and my neighbours. I come from a traditional immigrant background, raised on family values, with an emphasis on reward for hard work. I don't want to be a councillor. I want to be our councillor. I want to represent all the people of my ward and, of course, be a councillor for everyone in our city. Social cohesion and inclusion is very important to me. I'm passionate about it. I wish to play a part in our city's development towards a vibrant future, making our city a beacon of energy and innovation, a city where people matter and one that people want to feel a part of. Prior to this election, I've worked in supermarkets as a fruit and veg manager, a small business owner. I've worked for the state government in the Ministry of Planning and Infrastructure. Through this time, I was a medic in the Army Reserves, proudly serving 7th Field Ambulance. Spent 30 years as a surf lifesaver at Scarborough Surf Club, 3 years as Director of Education. Our city is now entering a new period of governance under this new council that we are about to elect, and you are entitled to ask what this means to our community. This election is not about self-interest, it is about community, priorities and fairness, and my mission is to defend and advance opportunities for all in our city. My vision is big and broad. I offer to take us forwards, not backwards. Leaders strive for the whole community, not just for the few. I support making life easier for small business and providing for local jobs and growth in manufacturing, simply because my end of the town is at Welshpool and we need those jobs. I want to open doors to educational opportunity for our youth, providing affordable training for jobs for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Our next speaker is David Bedwell. David, would you like to come to the podium, please? Please welcome David.
Good evening. Unlike me, my speech is short and sweet. I've worked in the manufacturing area for 25 years. I've done everything from sweeping the floor to estimator, which I am now, and production manager. I've been married for 15 years. My two boys attend the local school. My points I wish to get across for pursuing the council are some green initiatives. I'd like to include like solar powered streetlights. I'd like to put some walking tracks around the local parks for people. Also, the facilities upgrades for 14 to 17 year olds. Some streetscape upgrades, and also to tackle street parking issues in the area. Apart from that, that's about all for me. So short and sweet. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David. Our next speaker is Kurt Kozerski. Kurt, would you like to come forward? Welcome, Kurt.
Good evening, everyone. I won't speak so much about what I stand for because I think all of the candidates here stand for the same thing. We want to represent you, the residents, to the best of our ability. So instead of talking about what I'm about, I'll tell you a bit about myself. So I'm a ex-Australian soldier in the regular army, and I'm now a serving army reservist. In that time, I've learnt the importance of managing down and also managing up to the hierarchy, and that's what I believe is what is needed in the council and in the counselling. So yes, I can manage down and speak with the residents and then take their concerns and manage it back up the chain to the council itself, where we can then get resolutions to any problems that you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kurt. Our next speaker, Tom Ng. Tom, here we go. Please welcome Tom.
Good evening, everyone. Also, I'm so excited on this time. I also first time stay on the face to the anyone to talking about. I could be to sorry about it. I want to be counselor to help everyone. And also my story is come to my story also is part of my life is with city of the Canning. And also I have the beautiful family with 2 kids, and also my ability is listen and solution. So also it's better to stay on this time on the front line is want to show to be new generation everyone for also I have the responsibility and try the best to build the good and beautiful city together. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom, for sharing that with us. Our next speaker, Stephen Boylan.
I'm Stephen Boylan, a former councillor. I have lived in Bentley for 28 years. I raised and educated my children in Canning, and I've held numerous positions in a range of school, church, youth and community organisations. Armed with that practical involvement in the community, and with the leadership and administrative experience I've gained in my career within government, I believe I bring the right mix of skills and local knowledge to work with you, to listen to you, and to deliver quality services. The goals as a councillor that I would have are minimising rate increases, increasing the amount of public open space in our older suburbs, improving community safety by maintaining and, if necessary, expanding our ranger service, and by building closer links with the WA Police. Another priority is to keep our neighbourhoods as great places to live by adopting modern design out crime practices, by not allowing radical rezoning, and by tackling graffiti and the dumping of rubbish on verges. And by ensuring we have a long-term waste strategy so that charges levied for rubbish services are controlled, and so that our existing recycling and hard and green waste pickups continue. I particularly look forward to supporting services to seniors and the provision of youth sport and recreation opportunities and protecting the Canning Regional Park. I am not a member of a political party seeking a springboard into Parliament. I am seeking your vote solely because I have a long-term commitment to the City of Canning and the people who live in it.
Thank you, Stephen. So we have some good time for question time to Frank, to David, to Kurt, to Tom, or to Stephen. Would anybody like to raise a question or comment? One at the back, thank you.
Mike Slingsby. To any of the candidates, some of them have mentioned the issues of dumping of rubbish around the areas. What about just general littering? Some councils, and back in the old days, most councils used to have rubbish bins at bus stops. Is that something that could be looked at as a move to counter the littering, just the casual throwing away compared to the organised dumping? Thanks.
Any of those 5 speakers like to comment on littering generally? Thank you. I'll then throw it up to any of the other candidates, those 5 as well.
Very briefly, yes, I think that, it certainly should happen. It would be part of any waste management strategy. I think there are a number of lower level but very untidy issues that really need to be picked up on. Part of it is the general waste. Part of it is the dumping of rubbish, particularly where landlords or their real estate agents are cleaning out the houses. I think we also need to take some action to get rid of shopping trolleys. I think sometimes it's almost as though we have one shopping trolley per house on our verges. There's a number of things that council can do, and I think that's done through both working with shopping centres, educating people, it's working with the rangers to look at the powers they have, and also just having a report back mechanism. We have dozens, literally dozens of council vehicles out on the road all the time, and so getting reports back from them. So I think there are many ways that we can tackle the issue of improving our neighbourhood. I mean, on a world scale it's a small issue, but in terms of feeling comfortable where we live, it's a really big one.
Thank you. Would any of the other candidates like to make a comment? Frank, yes.
Around where I live near the Bentley Shopping Centre, and every day there's 2 shopping trolleys outside my front gate. I'm constantly on the phone to Coles and Woolies. Now, they're a national chain, not a lot I can do about it, except ring them up every day and just harass them. Please come and get your trolleys. The other problem with bins around, again, where I am, Palmerston Street, Albany Highway, there are bins at the bus stop, but they keep getting set alight. So what do we do about that? I call the cops, I call the ranger. That's all I can do. Although I'm pro-business, I'm also about responsibility, and maybe some of these businesses should be made to be responsible for the rubbish they cause. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? No, sorry, Warren, I have to ask you to take a seat. This is addressed to the other. No, please.
Struggle Street, that show on TV, puts it, I forget the council.
Warren, can you?
They've got a sign up. If you want to dump rubbish, call the council, they come and get it.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the floor or comments? All right. On that note, we might be wrapping up a little bit early, so that's good.